Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys have a great and exceptional day. It is great to have this airplane emoji back, filter back. It is beautiful. If you watch my content for a minute, you know I love to travel. So I think this is a great thing. But anyways, happy Friday, family. We made it through the first week of April. Some people didn't make it. Most of us did. So on that note, just be happy that you made it. Hopefully everybody in New Jersey, New York, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area is okay in regards to the earthquake that happened. I remember when I was in LA back in February, and there was an earthquake there, but I didn't feel it. I was actually at the LA Fitness working out, and I'm glad I didn't feel it because I've only felt one earthquake in my life. And I remember I was in Arlington, Virginia at work, and my cubicle started shaking. I got up. I thought my boss was playing around with me. And then what ended up happening was I saw then the earthquake hit again, and I saw the window go like this. And I was like, oh, gotta go. I almost knocked the guy down. I was like, oh, gotta go. Had to go down. They had to shut the elevators down. So it was special, to say the least. But good times. But anyways, let's get to the word of the day. It's the last one of the week, so it's all good in the neighborhood. I've been going live on Facebook more when it comes to my rants, but I think I'm going to get back to doing it on Instagram because nothing against Facebook, but it seems like the audio sounds better. It's much more clearer on here. And I like the filters on Instagram more anyways, and Facebook owns Instagram, so it's the same thing. So it's all good. Alrighty, so let's get to the word of the day. Today's word of the day is Czar. C-Z-A-R, Czar. Stands for a king or emperor, one of the former emperors of Russia, an autocrat, an official having special authority. I always say that you are the CEO of your own life, but sometimes you have to put it in another context. You are the Czar of your own life, but are you acting like one? Are you, hey, as a child, the homes I grew up in, it wasn't a democracy. It definitely was a dictatorship because you're living under somebody's roof. There's a scene from Fences, the movie that Denzel Washington made years ago. I can't believe how long ago that movie was made, but it's so the points of that movie, because it came from a play that James Earl Jones starred in. So many scenes from that movie that was, even though he was a harsh man, because men back then were, this movie was based in like 1950s and 60s. Men back then were much more harsher because life was much more harsher for men, especially black men during that time frame in the United States of America. So men had to be, there's a book out there by Bobby Glanton Smith. It's called Real Men Don't Play, and I actually need to buy that book. I come from a generation of my older generation, my elders, back when I was a child. I'm in my 40s now. Men didn't play around like that. They would joke and think, but business had to get handled first. Being corny, being soft, that puts you in a position where you can get robbed and killed, or definitely taken advantage of in multiple aspects in multiple different ways. And because of today's culture of social media and video games, unfortunately, a lot of men play around too much. They play around when it comes to chasing females. They play around when it comes to always being in a fantasy world and in a video game. And hey, I love this filter, but like I said last night when I went live on my Facebook, this filter's not in reality. I'm sitting in my bedroom / office. Okay. Now, if I could live my life on a plane, I probably would, because like I said, last year in 2023, if you follow my Twitter, if you follow my Facebook, if you followed my, heck, even YouTube, but if you followed my TikTok, I traveled the most I ever did in my life in 2023. Because I wanted to go see places that I've never seen. I wanted to be in funner atmospheres. I wanted to be around people that are talking about making business moves and investing. I wanted to be around a totally different atmosphere and a totally different animal. And I didn't want to just think about it. I wanted to implement it. But I know that eventually you got to come back to reality. And I always say too many people are escaping reality, whether they're getting high, whether they're getting drunk, high off of drugs, drunk off of alcohol, or whether people are just constantly gaming to the point where they don't want to pay attention to the real world. They want to beat the video game. And then when they beat the video game, they got to beat another video game because they feel like that they've tapped out in life and there's nothing else for them to get done and nothing else for them to accomplish. Pretty sad chain of events, but that's how a lot of people are, unfortunately. It's a growing thing. But the statement I'm making of real men don't play, because real men, there's a shirt I wore at the gym today. It says, "Make money." Hashtag make money moves is a shirt I sell, or in the front of it. In the back of it says, "Or live broke like a fool." Because if you're not trying to make money moves in any aspect of it, any way, first in regards to making money, second into savings, third investments, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, whatever the case may be, retirement accounts, um, annuities, whatever the case may be. And then if you're not making money moves and trying to be a little bit more healthier, not making money moves and trying to eat a little bit more healthier, work out a little bit more, starting the business, taking the class, getting certified, whatever the case may be. If you're not doing these things, then you're not making a money move, and you're putting yourself in a precarious position to, especially like nowadays, like I said, if you quote unquote make six figures in the United States of America, no matter what state you live in, you could possibly be put in a position where you're living paycheck to paycheck, because that's how expensive things are. Okay, so that is the ultimate money move. And real men don't have time to just be playing around on video games. They got things to do. They don't have time to just be chasing females all the time. They got things to do. And my mindset is, if a man's about his business and he is single, if he's trying to talk to a female and she's not responding, he's going to move on. He's not going to, especially once you get past the age of 30, you pass the playing games stage. If you're serious about your life, you're not trying to play games with people. You got things to do. You want to be straight up. That's just the way the game goes. So I get that, I understand that, and I respect that in various aspects and various different ways. Me, I'm Mr. Cut people off in the New York Minute, because I just don't have time for the nonsense anymore. Life's too short. One gentleman just passed away that I worked with. Life's too short. Another gentleman that I know, his son committed suicide. Life's too short. So if you're not about, I always say, if you can't bring some money to me, some great information to me, or some joy to me, then you are basically useless to me at this point in my life. Because that's what I want to bring to other people. Hey, here's an economic opportunity. Hey, here's some fun we can do. Hey, here's some great information. How can I be of service to you? But if you always coming at me with your hand out, then there's no real point in you being around me. If you coming to me with all your emotional issues all the time, there's no real reason for you to be around me. Because you're basically I like to call it economic/emotional tick. And if I was a therapist, it'd be a different story, but I'm not a therapist, so therefore I got to leave it at that. Today's quote of the day is by DMX. Rest in peace to the king. He says, "You have to have humility. You have to be able to humble yourself and know what you got, know where it came from." This is a man that was on top of the world multiple times. And I know his life was like the stock market once, or not even that. His life was like Vegas. Heck, his life was always like Vegas. It had a lot more downs. He got more snake eyes than ever before. He became a successful rapper in 97, 98. He went high and got up. And, he was up, as they say when you're playing cards. Or rolling the dice, he was up. But he was, there was a lot of times when he was down, went to jail, then he came back up. And life can be like that a lot of times. But he was humble enough to know that, hey, as easy as I could, and I know that those life events taught him that, even though he died too young, he was in his 50s, he learned that, hey, as easy or hard as it is for me to get it when it comes to making money moves and fame and fortune, easy as it can be taken away. So remember that as easy as things may come to you, it's as easy as things may be taken away from you. Or for most of us, the harder it is for us to obtain things, it can be taken away in the blink of an eye. Heck, there was a joke about a meme that I shared on Facebook, and it stated that what's the best way to save money on the weekends when you're not going to work? And it was a picture of a cartoon sleeping in their bed, because that's where we are in the United States of America right now. With inflation, the cost of everything, and I mean everything, gone up. You want to save money, stay at home. You want to get a real good deal, stay at home. Do your shopping so you don't have to use as much like Amazon and DoorDash and Grubhub and all that stuff, but stay at home. if you really want to save money. I'll leave it at that, family. It's just like, and because now it's more of a humbling time for all working people in the United States of America. Whether you make 100,000, 150,000, whether you're making 30 to 60,000, you're just in a more vulnerable, economically vulnerable position now more than ever. If you're making 30 to 60,000, unless you're living like a family of legal or illegal immigrants, we have 10 people up in the spot, you know. And like I said, in those situations, I get it, because you got to be, no matter, it's always been like this since day one. As a working American, you got to be in a position to where, number one, you're making money. Number two, you're saving money. And number three, you're investing money. Those have to be the things, you know, because you need money to work for you while you're not working. But I'll leave it at that. So on that note, have a great weekend. I might do a rant later tonight, or definitely do a rant tomorrow. I'm definitely going to go live tomorrow. You know, I always do the today's forecast. We're all going to die, and I have a lot to talk about because the news provides a lot of great material. Most what I'm going to talk about is this election that's happening in November. I'm not taking a side. You vote for it. Don't want to vote, don't care. I'm very neutral in this situation. The beautiful thing about our federal government is, regardless of who's in office, as long as the government stays open, money moves are going to be made, and that's the American way. So, love it or hate it, the United States government has done a great job, and the state governments and local governments have done a great job in helping people become millionaires by the beautiful thing called government contracts. Don't take my word for it. Do the research, look it up online, and go from there. So a lot of people make a lot of money off the government, regardless of who's sitting in the White House, governor's house, or mayor's house, or in Congress. So the thing is, are you going to take a piece of it? Get a piece of it. The action for yourself. That's on you. So, make money moves, family. Are you going to live, bro, like a fool? Have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll be going live on YouTube and Facebook. Today's forecast. We're all going to die, because that's the media for you. So, 90% of the media is today's forecast. We're all going to die. So, take care. I'll see y'all later.